Let's turn Hellhaunt on. I'm starting to feel like maybe turning Covenant on is gonna kill me a lot of the time, because you start occasionally with a really good run, but sometimes you just start with 5 trash cards in your deck because it doesn't work well with Seraph. When is the full game release? Quarter 2 of 2020. Unfortunately, that's as much as I know. Go big or go home. All right, fine. Covenant 1 is going big. It's as big as I can go right now, Chris. Pyre Shards, Inferno, Hornbreak. Okay, so we have a couple piercing spells. Pyre Shards. Do you know if the game will be F2P or P2P? I believe it's going to be pay to play. I don't know what the free-to-play monetization model would be on a thing like this. I don't necessarily know that it's going to be free-to-play or pay-to-play, but I suspect, given the design of the game so far, that it'll be pay-to-play. All right. Let's have a look at the artifact first. Ooh, Train Stewards gain damage, shield, and multi-strike. That'll get us through a lot of early fights while I have nothing. Okay. Yeah, there have been a lot of different alterations to the game. Silly, thank you very much for gifting a tier 1 sub to QW. QW, enjoy your emotes and chat, and welcome to the Republic, moderator. Alright, I'm gonna go advanced prototype. Upgrade my champion. I think because I can put the Hornbreaker Prince behind the advanced prototype very safely. And another thing is that if the Hornbreaker Prince has Thorns on, I only learned this from the comment section, I think yesterday, last night, this morning, somewhere around there. What's Seraph's ability? That's a good point. Temper the strength of your units, so it'll remove 5 attack and 5 defense from your units. This is probably one of the least impactful ones. The Hornbreaker, if it has spikes on it, and enemies die to the spikes on the Hornbreaker, it will still trigger its Slay effect. That's super cool. It shouldn't be entirely necessary here, but at the very least, we'll have big units to put them behind. So if all of my Train Stewards have damage, shield, multi-strike, maybe I should just go and buff them. -1 energy per turn for a random artifact. That seems free, basically. How you doing? I'm doing a little better today. The end half of yesterday was very despairing, but you know, I think everyone has their own story of that kind of thing at the moment. All right. Get him. Give him the business. Oh no. Okay, I've got to go for the torch on the backliner there. I'm gonna give myself some thorns, that's fine. So the Trusted Priest is gonna get to the top line and then die for free. The dev streams on YouTube have shown one new clan. Yes, so I have heard. I would like to see it myself as well, but have not yet managed to. Alright. Put another Train Steward on this floor, I guess. In the front line, back line, back line. And I guess restore health there. Have you tried an all spells deck yet? Yeah, kind of. I guess the Sting deck was kind of like all spells-ish. Unfortunately, because we got no slays, that was actually really, really damaging for us. Thankfully, we still get the kill here. And if perhaps could get the relic that gives +2 damage on Slay or Strike, don't know which, it gives it on Slay. Ooh, improved Firebox. 5 extra energy on turn 1? There are a lot of X-Cost cards that this makes, like, very good. Okay. I'm interested. Fortify Rage Serum and Molting Imp. I guess Rage Serum is not bad for the multi-striker Train Stewards. And it does consume itself out of the deck, so I don't have to worry about it being in my next cycle if I don't want it to be in my next cycle. Okay. Wildwood Custodian drawing an extra card per turn is nice in general. Not needed though, I don't think. Steel Enhancer. Is that new artwork on Fortify? Unfortunately, I've already gone past it. Sorry about that. Steel Enhancer would also be a little good on the Train Stewards, but it's exactly that, a little good. Not great. I'm worried that if I start just taking random things like Steel Enhancer without like a strategy behind them, like a big multi-strike unit that I'm trying to build up, I'll lose. But at the same rate, I don't have a strategy in this deck yet. How can I not have a strategy and then accidentally build into the wrong one? I'll take a Steel Enhancer just for some power. Okay, forge my units and gain an Awoken. I'll go for that. I'd like Husk Hermit. So Animus of the Will has Quick, which is super nice. Husk Hermit is pretty big, can go behind a Train Steward. I can buff it with, I guess, Rage, but also the Steel Enhancer, so it actually sweeps for an effect. I really wish I had the other one, the one that has, I think 3 starting damage, 10 starting health. It's 2 capacity, 1 cost. It's an Awoken card as well. It has Sweep, but it also has Slay, gain +2 attack. That would be super useful. Animus of Will is just like a good value card to put behind her Train Steward at this point. I should have checked the shop first. The Shattered Shell? Exactly, yes, the Shattered Shell. Thank you, Wood Scroll. I think we need a sweeper. Upgrade a unit with +1 to its capacity. And then +10/+10. +10/+10 is pretty big on a character that already has multi-strike in these Train Stewards. It could also go on the Husk Hermit. Just giving it the ability to sweep basically any annoyance in the backline. So basically what? What do I need then? Like a big unit to go in front of the Husk Hermit? I don't love it, but I'll do it. What if it was a 15-2? Okay, if we're relying on this to manage the board, and then the Hornbreaker to get enough slays to actually get powerful to fight the bosses, then maybe I feel a bit better about the Husk Hermit getting this. At the start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. Okay, so they're the spike givers, the defenders, and then that's the boss. Use spells from afar to let you fight. Well, I mean, I do have 2 Hornbreaks already in the deck. But also on top of that, the Husk Hermit will be able to kill the backliner. Yeah. Yeah, we should be able to take this 50 gold. Train Steward deck. I mean, I'm trying to do it a little bit, but at the same rate, like I immediately ran away from doing that deck, so I'm trying to do it-ish. Okay. So I Husk Hermit the top floor. Throw a Hornbreak out on a different target just to make it a little easier on myself. When the Disciple makes it to the top floor, the Hornbreaker will kill that, so let's throw that down. But it'll take 3 turns basically until we actually need any rage on it. Actually, more than 3 turns before we need any rage on anything. So no. Are you planning on uploading the daily challenge runs for this game to YouTube like you do STS? Asks Dudette92. Maybe. At the moment, I've got the 2 Monster Train series on the main channel running at the moment. The pre-recorded YouTube content, and then there's this, where I just take the stream, take a highlight run from the stream, and then put that up as an episode as well, because not everyone can make the stream. And also, that's a great way to make extra return on the backside. Whew! I mean, like, what if I go Train Steward? Yeah, I'm gonna Train Steward bottom floor, give you the Pyre Shards. How late am I? About 13 minutes. Don't forget the Twitch worlds also kind of suck. I understand that they're not for everyone, which is why I specifically like label them as Let's Stream and specifically cut them down rather than just uploading the full VOD. And specifically choose runs that I think would be interesting to watch. I try and mitigate that in a few different ways. I'm gonna remove this just so that we don't take any damage. And put some more spikes in the bottom liner. Why not? Hi, Polar Knight. Let's go. Okay. Train Steward into Steel Enhancer next floor, I think. So this is going to be the second sleigh that... No, the Hornbreaker isn't going to get this sleigh. Dang it. So the Hornbreaker only got one sleigh this whole time. Do you know when Monster will... Do you know when will Monster release on stream? Oh? Do you mean when this game will release on Steam? It's currently on Steam, but you can only wishlist it. I don't know when it's coming out. I have not been granted this information, and I don't necessarily need it. It's fine. The public beta is currently open. Sorry, that came across the wrong way. I should rephrase that. The Twitch VOD system on the Twitch platform is terrible. Like it is. Oh, okay, right. But I mean, I do generally agree that like just uploading like a full, this is the 6-hour, 5-hour, 4-hour, whatever length stream is very, very alienating to a lot of people. But I'm glad to put them on YouTube if it helps people be able to see them as well. Alright, Pyre Chomper, Ritual of Battle, and Rage Serum again. Ritual of Battle? On trains? Oh man, I don't know about that. It's very expensive, so it's good on turn 1 with the improved Firebox. I don't know about just filling my deck with all this trash is the thing. Take Rage Serum, I guess? I don't want to draft too heavily into Rage is the thing. Apply Spikes 3 and Enhance with 10 extra energy, as well as Consume and Spreading Spores. If we took Spreading Spores this early, we might actually be able to build around it. So we might be able to build around it because tempering the strength of my units means that having Spreading Spores double upgraded to be like lower cost, removing a bunch of other cards from my deck, and then just getting one big boy, putting that big boy in front, and then popping a bunch of Spreading Spores on it is going to be really, really powerful. I think this. Fire Chomper is basically free and it removes itself from the deck when it dies, which is basically a shield plus free, energy for free. Yeah, ish. It also means that Channel Song is much less likely to hit a unit that I actually want to hit with it. It means that I mean, in my first cycle, I'm less likely to get other cards together that I want in the same hand because I have another card chunking up the deck. The energy isn't necessarily useful at the moment because I have nothing that will cost me that much energy. Yeah, it's a shield for a card. It's not necessarily good. I'm gonna go for a Spreading Spores, and then worst case scenario, I never use it. Best case scenario, it's the best card in the deck. Let's see where to go. Okay, lower cost, definitely. Low cost, definitely. What are the other things here? Helmet? Let's go to the helmet first. Ooh, I'll give blood. I like my money too much. Summon abilities trigger an additional time. That's incredible. Alright. That's incredible. All we need is one of the... what's its name? All we need is one of the hollows from the Awoken clan, because those get a summon ability that gives them a bunch of extra max HP, and then you just have to heal them back up to that. And we should be able to do that with the regen. Hellhorned unit. Alpha Fiends? Just for a backline? I mean, there's also the Steelworker. Steelworker is actually really good. I've been using it a lot recently just to protect my best unit, and it's been doing really well. It just heals itself for 5 every turn. Alpha Friend, sorry, you're right. I mean, it's a fiend at the moment. If I draft it and it's in my deck, then it's my Alpha Friend. Do I need the damage right now? It's got on strike. It can't even go on the same floor as the Husk Hermit at this point. So it'd be a frontliner protecting some. I'm gonna go with the Steelworker actually. Steelworker for defense, yeah. Right, Daedalus. So Daedalus has a lot of units I can sweep, which is actually a little unfortunate for us. Maybe I only build on the top floor here. I feel like I do only build on the top floor right now. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm gonna put both of them down. Train Stews and Hornbreaker. Probably not. So I need these to lose their rage as they go to the top floor so that I can sweep them much more easily. The Steelworker being on the top floor, it resolves, has gain of 5 armor after each combat. There's no combat going on the top floor, so it just gains armor until it gets up there. Top floor mitigates rage. There's no rage there. Oh, sorry. Mitigates the enemy's rage. Yes. Yes. 100% correct. I don't want to just lose a train steward by putting it on the next line. Those are going to be valuable as kind of like stopgaps in front of Daedalus later. Yeah, I'm just done. End of turn. Oh no! A constructed explosive. I'll probably destroy that and just get myself 5 extra. Oh, as well as it double explodes here. So it's 10 extra health that I get to keep. You down. You down. I mean, I am putting Thorns on the Steelworker as my kind of thing here. Rage Serum I don't actually want to draw back into, to be entirely honest with you. So I'm gonna get rid of it. The new champion for the 3rd class has less HP and is only 1 pip. Ooh, baby, you can put that behind 2 train stewards in base, by base in the deck. That's good. Take you out. Is the healer gonna matter at all? No, the healer's not gonna matter at all. So I guess I'll save myself 1 HP on a character. So if you think the Hornbreaker is a glass cannon, oh, less H. Oh, right. Do you know any of its other effects, Dan Wolf, that you might want to share with us? I'm interested. All right. So the Forge Disciple gets to the top floor with 2 HP remaining. 2 HP remaining. 10 HP remaining. That's fine. That'll happen. We almost had the ability to stop it there, though. Spells on his floor cost 1 less Ember. Ooh, whole spell deck. That sounds really, really good. I'm into it. Blow that up. Oh well. That's all I can do here. 3rd class is essentially a glass cannon mage. Into it. Extremely into it. Okay. 2nd spreading spores. Steel enhance the backline, give you pyre shards. Now we're absolutely off to the races. Let's murder the boss, I guess. Hey, Michael Mayhem. Good to see you. Alright, another spores. Alright, good. You're attacking for 10. Which means that I need to give a steel enhancer to the Steelworker. Oops. Let's go train steward. 40 extra damage on that floor. Should have hit the healer, 2 more damage. Yeah, I realized that just after I launched it because I looked at the boss and saw that he was gaining 4 HP. Hornbreaker really can't do anything here, though. Okay. Next hand I don't necessarily have the steel enhancer next hand. In fact, it's quite unlikely I do. Uh-oh. Never mind. There's my steel enhancement and a Hornbreak for you. Maybe even a torch. So he took 2 HP worth of damage in that fight. Worth. Extra mana only really helps me cast the Inferno right now. But Inferno is very, very good. JSM, thank you very much for the gift of tier 1 sub to Ghost Needle. Much appreciated. Ghost Needle, enjoy your modes in chat and welcome to the Republic. Yeah. 1 additional energy. It would literally just be so I can cast Inferno though. But extra draw, that's faster access to our spreading spores, more spreading spores afterwards. Capacity, also don't really care about that much at the moment, to be honest. Especially because of all the 0 costs we have in the deck, we'll take that. Channel Song, draw a unit and enhance it with +10/+10 and 0 cost of its energy. Yeah, that's actually, no matter what that hits, that's really good right now. If you have more spreading spores, you may want more energy to play them. Only if I can get all of them. Like, at the point that I'm drawing more than 3 spreading spores in a turn, that'll be right. But that's not yet. Channel Song on your champ, you can do that, but you have to discard the champ in the first hand and then get lucky afterwards, basically. Branded Warrior. Honestly, like a Branded Warrior behind where are you? Behind a Train Steward wouldn't be that bad. Wouldn't be that good either, though. Pass. This is a Thorn Dex now? It's trying to be. What's Sarah's debuff? It is tempering our strength, so -5 to your damage and -5 to your attack. -5 to your attack and your HP on each of the minions you play. To both your damage and attack. Oof. Real hit taken there. Okay, another Awoken unit as well as Spellforge. So really what I want is the Rejuvenating Hollow, the one that gets spikes. Life's good. All right, -1 cost. Never mind, way better. All right, so double stack. Now it applies 4 regen and 4 spikes, and it adds 2 copies of itself to the discard pile. And we have a Thorned Hollow who comes in with double its summon effect, so it gets 60 extra max HP, and Rejuvenate whenever it is healed, it gains 1 spikes. We're in. We're in. So just Channel Song, Thorn Hollow, and game over. I mean, if you can. You can't always. Feels like at this point I should probably remove some cards from the deck. I'm thinking about that Inferno, to be entirely honest with you. Like, I can't even play it at the moment. It's a dead card. It's super dead. Now thin deck? Yeah. Now we try and thin the deck down. Now we need heal cards? Yep. I can't just rely on Channel Song to do all the healing for me. Enemies enter with spell shields. We have 2 things that penetrate spell shield, 3 spells that don't, but they're all weak. And we're doing a spikes deck. This is fine. Does Channel Song stack? It can, but you're gonna have to discard the unit again in order to draw it again. Which just takes a long while. Fontolo. This is like the perfect opening hand as well. There wasn't a reduced cost in the deck, so double stack was the next best thing. Double stack was actually better. Twice as effective. Okay, I'm gonna put the Husk Hermit on the next floor. Literally just so I can get that collector. Let's go restore. Do I Steel Enhance or get a Steelworker on the top floor? So Steelworker on the top floor would what? Defend nothing right now, actually. Silly, thank you very much for the gift of tier 1 sub to Moon Voyage. Moon Voyage, enjoy your emotes in chat, and welcome to the Republic. Whatever I do, I want to get one of the units out of my hand that doesn't cycle back in. So, I'm gonna throw that up there. Have to start building. Does Steel Enhance work with Rejuvenate? No, it's a buff rather than a heal. Channel Song could draw, I guess, just the big boys? All right, draw me a big boy. That's one big boy. One annoyance here is that the Hornbreaker Prince is not getting any slays at all. I didn't see, but wouldn't using double cast on Channel Song be more effective by giving them a ton of base HP and... No. So it's not double cast, it's double stack. It doesn't have, or it's not, it doesn't affect all cards. Enhancements included. Would be lovely if it did. Agreed. Not in love with how uncommon my my spreading spore draws are right now. If we can't keep healing that bottom liner, we're gonna just like eat garbage and die. Spreading spores, spreading spores. Steel Enhance you literally just to give you some more HP as well. What is the final boss condition for this run? -5 HP and -5 damage on all of my characters. Okay. That's a big chunk of change that we're throwing out on the porcupine right there. And in fact, we kill it. Regen double stacked is pretty good. Ha! We finally got a slay on the Hornbreaker. Alright. Ooh! Finally, we can draft an Inferno! Yes! What should I actually take, though? Impish Scholar would return another Spreading Spores to my hand. I could get twice as many Spreading Spores as quickly as I possibly... Yeah! Endgraft is actually just a really cheap way to trigger a Rejuvenate on a character. And what by really cheap, I mean free. I think Climb beats it. Climb for overstacking. I'm fine. Which Discord? If you're looking to get access to the beta key, that is !Monster Train. It will link you to the Monster Train official game Discord, where you can go get yourself a key. Good old Monster Train key. Playing the game called Monster Train. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Game's good. Easy life. Woo, baby. Do you know if there are any plans for this game to come to Cosmo? I have no clue whatsoever. Maybe Shiny Steve would be able to clarify that for you. Alright. We're the champion. I might have to give it multi-strike and rage because it doesn't get any slays at all. The artifact gives +1 spikes? No, it gives +1 damage per stack of spike. Sorry, you're right, I should be reading these out. Spikes deal 1 extra damage per stack. Pretty big. Only Windows release planned right now, nothing announced for other platforms, though it's certainly interesting for us. Excellent. Thank you for clarifying that, Steve. Much appreciated. put it in front and spreading spores it doesn't have enough maximum HP for that, like a spreading spores to be super effective on it. Like all it would take, especially because we're on the 5th floor, all it would take is a round where like one big enemy attacks and I lose my Hornbreaker Prince. I would need like a bunch of armor or a bunch of enhanced max HP things that I can put on here. How come you don't have a Gold Steel Warden? Did you always remove them before winning an Ascension run? Yep. Yes. At the start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. Probably zone in and out, but I'm very thankful for you and the fantastic distraction. It is a stream to forget the roughly edges of reality. Yeah, especially the moment I saw. I'm incredibly sorry to hear, Max. I don't think I need the 100 gold. I don't think I need it. It depends what units they were about to put out there, and if they were about to put something powerful out, could have been a bad time for me. So the 4 left in my deck to actually draw are Impish, Scholar, and a Steelworker and 2 Train Stewards. Yeah, I don't really want a Channel Song here. Put the Hammer guy in front of Prince. Hammer? Definitely gonna Hornbreak you. So gains Rage 3 after dealing a killing blow. I mean, I'll Channel Song anyway. No reason not to. So Rage 5. Hang on. Rage 5 means it's doing 25. So 25. 25 by 2 is 50. This is 30. 30, 50. Literally, we're going to be 5 damage short on killing the Master of Light here? You kidding me? Kidding me, bud? It does have sweep, yeah, so like putting a Hornbreaker Prince behind it is a little dangerous. Does he have a push character? No. 2nd floor setup for the sleigh. So what, like put Train Stewards on the bottom? Prince on the 2nd floor, Train Stewards on the bottom. The Train Stewards will get killed quite quickly. Because of the sweep. Does the 5 rage trigger twice? No, it's not a summon ability. I think the only thing I'm really comfortable with right now is like Thorn Tolo go top floor. Thorn on bottom? Like behind the Thorn? Really? But all it takes is like I don't get any healing in the next hand and I lose him. I mean, there are giant upsides to that. I don't disagree. It's just, you know all those things that I just definitely actually said full sentences of. Spread those spores, baby. Let's get enraged. Nice shot. Heal. Clip Shaman. Actually, that's fine, the Clip Shaman being there. I think I just get the Steelworker on the top floor, have it start building up. Slay's more reliable on the 2nd floor considering a lack of scaling. Yeah. Alright. Give me Consume. That counts! Oh, it doubles its effect as well! Yeah! Get him. Work him over, give him the business. Alright. Give this man a Transcendent. Transcendent actually doesn't say on its summon, so you don't double its effect. But I think you do use each of the doubled effects from the previous ones. I believe, possibly believe. Maybe not. All right. Now you're not exactly dying as much as I would like. Okay, now you are. Good. Spread those spores, graft that boy, spread those spores, and enhance that boy. That'll do. You use the double effects, but you don't get 4 times the effects. Okay, thank you, Virtual. Much appreciated. Just gonna throw more spreading spores on that character there, and then just watch. I love a good spreading spores build. It never disappoints. Oh! Work him over. The absolute business. Branding right, impressive, and reinforce. Probably none here. Shard Channeler. Yes, I know that I could overstack floors with it. Whoa, Restoring Retreat got upgraded in cost? I thought, did this not used to cost 1? But it's Shard Channeler, but did this not used to cost 1? I think also Ascending got changed from 0 cost to 1. Ascend, Descend strategies were too strong. Okay, cool. The only thing you can't really fit is the Champler at the moment. Yeah, but I will also be able to increase my capacity. There's another dupe opportunity over here, as well as another artifact, as well as 2 removal. This seems perfect. We get another spreading spores. +3 magic power? Magic power will only affect our restores and our horn breaks, and I guess torches as well, but we don't have that many of them left. Applying daze to enemies whenever they enter the train is actually bad because it'll prevent them from hitting my thorns. Engraft heal too. Oh, the engraft heal also does get upgraded. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for Koshahan. Thank you, Fat. Yeah, I'll take it. Engraft is one of the best cards in my deck at this point. I think I do just like straight up double remove torches right now though. Even though they are now better, they're not better than the horn breaks that I have in the deck, and they're kind of, maybe it's the rage serums. Actually, it is the rage serums. So hear me out why. It's because I don't want the Impish Scholar to return those to my hand. I want it to return the Pyre Shards and the Spreading Spores to my hand. It also thins down the first cycle, and the first cycle is the most important one for us. Fel and her allies will add Scourge cast to your hand and deck. That's fine. Does the Shard Channeler affect the entire train or just the floor? Just the floor. Spikes are really too good in this fight? Well, if we can get any. Let's see, because it's not looking like it at the moment. Well, I mean, let's just double murder the backlighters here so I get myself a free turn. What was the most recent item that I missed? Tempered Talisman, +3 of the magic power, which only affects damage dealt and health restored by spells. I think Steelworker top floor, maybe even Hornbreaker Prince behind? Steelworker second floor, Hornbreaker Prince behind. Second floor. Can we just appreciate the amazing sound design of this game for a moment? Yes. And we should take many a moment to appreciate that. It is absolutely incredible. Very, very well done. Now, unfortunately here, we only have 1 consumed spell that the Impish Scholar is going to manage to return. But that's good. That's fine. If it gets me a faster cycle on my Spreading Spores, it's worth extremely. Shard Channeler behind. Spreading Spores. The Engraft for a giant heal. High shots. As much as I would love to double restore right now, let's get the weight of contrition out of hand. Are we gonna get a slay on the next floor? Looks like it. Did you try out the permadeath mechanic yet? There's a permadeath mechanic? Which I guess also means no. Channel Song can draw what? Husk Hermit? Pretty good. Custom modifier permadeath. So what? If you lose the run, the Shiny Shoe team just come and kill you in real life? Alright, I'm ready for it. Big thorns. It's permadeath to non-champion units. Oh god. Yeah, that sounds terrifying. My Thorn Hollow just said the word cannot. Anyone else? Is it? Are they allowed to talk? I didn't know any of your units talked. Maybe that was just included in the most recent update, actually. That'll do. The absolute business. All right, now I'm feeling like more energy is a good idea, but I also want more capacity. Energy. I need the extra energy because the longer the fights go, the more likely we're gonna just draw into a hand of only spreading spores and want to play all of them. But one of the biggest things about it is actually that what I'm gonna want to draw past this point is card draw, and I'm gonna want to be able to cast my cards after it. So I think it's the Fel's Remorse. Capacity for floor. Capacity lets you Thorned, Hornbreaker, and Shard Channeler. But why would I want that? The Hornbreaker is no longer dealing like any of my damage. Like to me, it seems like we use the bottom floor with the Thorned and the Shard Channeler just to thin out the units, and then the higher floors have the Hornbreaker standing behind other units. I think that being split on two different floors is more important. Cap bad because Shard Channeler steals Slay. Most likely, yeah. When will the Atomicrop stream be? Alloy of the Ancients is actually not that bad, just giving us the ability to just like block a unit for a while. It's only good in the first hand, really? And it thickens up the deck. No, remove that. I mean, we haven't got any minion upgrades on the Thorn Hollow. We could go over here and hit that. Will you be streaming tomorrow? I don't want to guarantee it because it's possible I wake up in the morning and go, I can't do anything today. But I hope to. The soft plan is to. I can go over here to remove 2 cards, get an artifact, and forge spells. Forge spell would probably be like, if I can get holdover on Engraft, that would be incredible. That's about it, honestly. What upgrade would you want on the Thorn Hollow? Less Thorn Hollow, but if the Husk Hermit had Quick, that would be kind of nice, but I guess I'm not really running in that way. On Thorn Hollow, I would just want maximum HP. Ryan, will you ever go back to Iridus? No. I'm fine, thank you. When you summon your second unit on a turn, gain 2 extra energy. I only really do that on like turn 1 and turn 2. I don't have that many things on those turns to actually spend the extra energy on. I'm gonna take the money. Shame there. Okay, probably torch. You really don't need money though? Yeah, but I didn't need either of those relics though. Double torch. But it's 5 damage? Yeah, but I also have the horn breakers up there in the top. Spell permafrost. I don't think there's any of these that I would like to hold for a specific turn. Let's actually have a look at the next area. Rage was good for Prince. The Prince doesn't have rage. Oh, it does. Never mind. Forgot about that. My bad. Still, I think I wouldn't have taken it, to be entirely honest with you. I shouldn't save all of my money for the next shop. Perma for Channel Song? Channel Song's not good. I only need 2 stewards. What is my placement right now? Let's actually think about that. You're probably right. So Impish 2 stewards, Steelworker Thorned Hollow, Steward, Husk Hermit. Yeah, I'm 1 steward high on this at the moment. Get rid of that. I actually don't really want Channel Song in this deck anymore either, to be entirely honest with you. Steel Enhancer first. And then I think Channel Song also. Yes, I am removing good cards at this point. I am wholly aware. But the cards that I'm not removing are way better. So cycling into those much more quickly is much more valuable. Enemies enter with armor 20. Can I deal with that? This is gonna be a hard fight. This is gonna be a really, really hard fight. Rhapsody, you know the Slay and Spike combo? I do, actually, yeah. No, someone told me about it in the comments, I think yesterday. So the big problem here is that these things are going to have, like, you know, 3 HP and 20 armor. It's no problem. This one has 140. Can't do it. Uptime. Every time I see the uptime command, I am effectively my own uptime bot. Been here for about 52 minutes now. Yeah. A lot of HP. I can't even summon the Thorned Hollow on the bottom floor right now without losing it. When do you think you'll start considering keeping cards in your deck to gold them? When I'm comfortably winning runs. Uptime command broke? I just never had an uptime command. Set it on top. Hornbreaker Husk Hollow bottom floor? I mean, the Husk Hollow does live through the first attack, and then the Hornbreaker Prince attacks back. Doesn't kill, though. I mean, I guess that's good for thinning them down. I do have to put the Thorned... I hate that the Thorned Hollow is going on the second floor here. If you don't set up now, you gotta wait a full cycle for Thorned. Yeah, no, I do have to put Thorned out, is the thing. It's like, Thorned, Shard Channeler behind it, it gets restored. That's happening no matter what. Could waste the Imp to shield Horned Hermit. It's not bad. It's not bad. Which hollow are you talking about, Diaresis? Because there's the... Oh, no, you mean... Sorry, this is Hermit. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I can't put Holo on the bottom floor right now. So if I put the Husk Hermit on the bottom floor, I'm kind of just sacrificing it as well. Maybe it's Husk Hermit bottom floor, Hornbreaker top floor, and then Thornbreaker middle, Shard Channeler, and Restore. Thorn to Shard is all you need. Not with 140 HP on my enemies. I think Holo on top gives it time to spike up. It won't need to spike up that much before the next turn because the Husk Holo is going to kill the Shade Wings. And it will need to thin down the enemy's HP before they get to the Hornbreaker. Otherwise, I'm just not really going to get any value out of the Hornbreaker. Put Prince in back, then Hermit, then Imp as fodder. Prince in back, Hermit, and Imp as fodder. Yeah, I still don't want to use the Imp as fodder as a big thing about that, to be entirely honest with you. Okay. Start with the Engraft. Fire shards, fire shards. Steelworker so the Steelworker so Hermit lives. It'll let the Hermit live, but like, does that matter that much? The Hermit was always going to be sacrificed here. If I heal it by 6, it actually lives this turn as well. Train Steward has damage shield, so it's better. Sweep is really important though, right? Is it? I don't know if it's that important for me. Because as soon as this is getting big, it will sweep itself using its thorns. Shadewings always die to sweep. Yeah, but they'll always die to the thorns now as well. And as soon as the Thorn Hollow is regenerating enough to not die, it's kind of safe. Alright, fine, I'll get rid of that. And then Steelworker on the top floor. And in fact, I'll even go for a Restore on you. What is that? Huh. That's a I can't explain. I'm gonna make a second floor that's also doing Spreading Spores here. Just don't like that all of these 7 health units are just really, really big. Yeah, never mind, I'm not killing all of them. Actually, I could Hornbreak one of you. 2 of you? 2 of you keep my units alive. Actually, no, we're starting to kill the Gilded Wing if we use this, so... I think we're officially sacrificing the bottom floor. Are we? Hang on. No, we're not even sacrificing it this turn. Beautiful. Because the regen we added last turn, we can keep it. Lose a little bit of HP to this one, but that's okay. Get Imp Scholar out in the front line. So it sacrifices itself, and then Engraft, Spreading Spore, Spreading Spore, Spreading Spore, Spreading Spore. Now I don't need to care about this bottom floor at all anymore. It dies. Get rid of it. Because we just have, yeah, this final wave, and then the boss. And as soon as the boss gets to the second floor, it dies. Imp Scholar is just 2 extra spore. Yeah, if I get it after if I get it after any of the spores that I have in my first cycle of the deck, then it makes the second cycle of the deck far more valuable. It ramps us a lot faster. It's been an honor, Mr. Hollow. Give them the absolute business. That's 99 thorns. That'll do. 28 damage taken. Oof, that won't. Send a unit and play Daze 2. So ascending a unit will put it to the back of the line, which makes it real hard to use that on a Thorn unit. I honestly don't know if I want to send. I don't have backliner units as much as I have frontliner units that just need time to build. Cycle of Life. Apply spikes 3 and enhance with plus 10 health. It's too expensive and I don't have the ability to do it. Is Hermit a fit for this deck anymore? Because it feels like what you need is another Hollow instead. If I had another Hollow, that would be nice. But yeah, the Hermit's not a fit for this deck anymore. It was a kind of like take it in the interim kind of situation. Spell power buffs. Again, like holdover and cost 1 reduction on engraft would be incredible. I get to choose between 2 artifacts, but here I could have 3 full artifacts. And that. This is also the last time I actually get to spend my money, so... This is a lot of removal on this side, though. What would I even remove at this point? Like, honestly, at this point, there's not that much any more to remove. Money is points, though. I care about winning at the moment. I'll care about points later. Let's actually see what the upgrade for the champion is. It's fine. It makes the first slay much more likely. Hey, Coral. Good to see you. Friendly units gain +2 attack on kill. So that will ramp the damage of the Thorned Hollow ridiculously. Consumed crown over there. There's also sting spells get +1 magic power and piercing, as well as at the start of your turn add a sting spell to hand. They also have +3 from the Tempered Talisman. So that's 18 damage piercing each turn. It does cramp our deck, but at the same rate, we can't play all of the thorns each turn now. Less spores? Excuse me? Do you mean fewer? Just take all 3. I'm gonna take the Consumed Crown, it's just... I can't take all 3. 10 short. Pivot and go Sting deck. I'm just gonna pivot right before the final boss. Wait, you can't? You're short? I'll have you know I'm 6'4". Or I can actually buy it. I actually can. I don't want it though. Gonna train steward out of the deck. Horn Hollow. Honestly, I don't think there's anything I even want to remove from the deck at this point. Rhapsody, I know you've said you'll do it, but you have a ballpark ETO and SCS and modded. I do not. I need to have fewer series running at the moment, because at the moment I am either streaming or recording for the first 4 hours of my day, and then doing my previous full day of work afterwards. Which... I can keep it up for a while. I'm pretty good under stress, but I can't keep that up forever. So I need some of the series to end before I can start doing other stuff. Okay. I'll push it back one day every time someone asks. Yep, that's the general goal. Yeah. I think it is, again, Thorned Hollow in the second floor. Is that why Atomicrops has stopped? That's one of the reasons. Atomicrops, so I was gonna do, like, in addition to everything else I was doing before, I make it sound like I'm working ridiculously hard. In addition to the previous loading that I was doing before, I had a plan to have a rotating slot that was going to be Other Mine one day and then Atomicrops the other day, and it was just going to rotate back and forth between both of those. But each of those takes like a full hour for a run, so instead I decided to stream 4 hours a day. Wait. Again, I think I'm going to sack the Husk Hermit on the bottom floor. You didn't have to worry about sleeping. How many series would you be running at once? All of them. I would roughly be running every series. Keep going for the heals here. Destroy one of you. 1 HP ward? Yeah, but unless anyone has sweep, it's not going to take any damage. Okay, finally. Spreading spores, spreading spores. Pop an Imp Scholar down here for defense. Really? You have to give me your Pyre Shards instead? How dare you. Spreading spores, Pyre Shards, Pyre Shards. We're good now. It's good now. And we win. No regen on the Hermit? You put up a defense for it? Nah, it's fine. We're all good. I have the only unit in the game that I need. It does 256 damage to the enemies when they hit me. What does sap do again? I don't know what sap is. Oh, it's negative rage. It's -2 damage per stack. Yeah, no, you're right. I remember what it is now. That thing's gonna have like 25 attack when the boss gets there. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty buff. Give him the business. I'll throw a Train Steward down there just to sack it so it doesn't go back in the deck. Not another shard channel would have been fun. It would have been, but is it necessary? 448 damage per stack on the enemy there. Nice. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. The run. Alright. We're probably not going to golden that many cards here because I already have won with most of these, I think. Never mind. We goldened 10 cards there. Hell yeah. Pull up the run summary here for a moment. Please tell me this will be on YouTube, please. It will be. Hope you enjoyed YouTube. And then it's going to